Hi everyone, it's your Simmer here. Good morning. A little bit of a cloudy winter morning here on the farm. My goal today is to see if I can get this slurry taken care of. So last night before I finished up and went to bed, I went out to the shop and I did purchase a tanker to haul slurry. It was 52,000 euros. And hauls a little over 20,000 liters. Alright, so I'm going to come in here, I'm going to get myself filled up. Again, it's 21,000 liters of slurry, so this will go pretty quickly. At least it fills nice and fast. So just I'm going to head out here. Should be able to be clear of that. Just trying to check out how everything is operating. Alright, so we're taking this to Reef's BGA, and the BGA is over at the corner location of the map, so kind of the southwest corner. So we're going to head through town and go over there and get that delivered and just keep running those cycles over and over. So there's definitely a lot of loads this is going to need to take. This really was the largest tanker I could get. So the one challenge certainly has been that I think I can get in here. Ooh, he was pretty close. So yeah, the 21,000 is the largest I could get. So actually, I think there was one for a truck for 30, but I thought the tractors would be better to get things taken care of since I don't have a truck. So just wanting to go ahead and take care of that, but just not sure how long this is going to take to drive on down there. So we'll take a look. Definitely able to kind of get some sightseeing done as we move around here. A little bit close to that car there. So always a bit of a challenge on these roads, especially with trailers. So we've got our dairy. I think this is our carpentry or our tailor shop. I'm not sure. No, Timber Time Carpentry. So it's possible we'll need that at some point. Not sure. Obviously we're back here on the other side of our field. When I have a little bit of downtime as I'm waiting, I'm going to do what I need to get the cow feed moving, so that certainly would include the straw and all of that as well, and doing some grass work to get hay and grass so that I can continue to do silage. So that will likely be upcoming at some point, because I'm thinking I'm going to be waiting for the wool and the strawberries for the VIP orders here. But the nice thing is I do have enough slurry at this point that I can fill this VIP order. It's just obviously going to take a bit of time, as it's going to take what, 14 trips. So here's the BGA. I'm hoping I can get up this hill. Oh boy. Well, that's gonna make life interesting. Maybe I need to switch out to my Massey with a little bit more horsepower. Because even with the differential, like, I'm gonna make it, but wow. I'm just barely gonna make it. So, yeah, I may do that. I guess we'll see how things all go once everything's moving along. But at least I made it and didn't get stuck, so that's one benefit. So I think I have to go over here to the right. Yeah, there we go. That's the delivery point. So there we go. And as you can see, the VIP order is being fulfilled. We're not going to make a lot of money on Slurry, but being able to make 201,000 pounds because we complete the Slurry order is more than enough incentive. But there you go, we're still able to get nearly 2,500 per load. So it's not going to be bad. I'm going to do a good amount. So even though, yeah, I was close to 1,000,000 pounds, obviously buying this Zun hammer, you know, it says it's ultra light, but obviously it's got a little bit of heft here. So I'm going to get myself back to the farm. I think I'm going to flip out to the Massey, and you know, then we'll take a look and we'll see if that works a little bit better. I've just been trying to use other tractors other than constantly using the Massey to do things. But obviously, if I'm going to be struggling here, I want to be careful. So I'll see you at the farm. Alright, so I've got the Massey here. Let me get back to the BGA and we'll see how everything works. Alright, so here I am coming up on the BGA. Let's see if it's a little easier to get up the hill here with the Massey. Hopeful. Still a bit of a challenge. Wow. It's almost the same challenge, just instead of getting down to 1, we get down to 3, but so I guess it's better, but it's certainly not great. So either way, this is going to be a tough haul to go ahead and get done. So I am going to continue to run these. Thinking it's going to be a little bit quicker to get things done now that I've got everything established. I didn't have to go change equipment and so forth, but it's still going to take a little bit of time, but I'm hoping it's not going to take an hour each way, because right now this is my second load being delivered 2 hours after I began working, so hoping things go quicker. But I guess it'll be what it'll be. So I'm going to keep going, and hopefully this won't turn into a sugarcane day where it gets super, super late. But I'll see you in a bit. While the Slurry continues to move along, I am going to go ahead and do some grass work. So it's not absolutely necessary, but certainly want to go ahead and do a little bit here while I can, so that cows get what they need. So I'm going to run this up here, which is going to let me mow here, but I think before I do that I want to grab the hay off the field. So I'm going to park under the tree here, and I'm going to hop over to this machine. And we'll just keep moving along, because I know the cows are getting close to running out of food again. So let me unfold. And there isn't much hay here, but it will be enough to be able to go ahead and get everything taken care of to keep the TMR mixer going, to at least get one more group done, I believe, because I've got kind of both of these. Not sure if I'm going to be able to reach this, but I'm going to try. Let's see, I can get some of it, but I can't get all of it. But then I will go ahead and mow this area, and then I'll just figure out if I want to mow the other one too, or not. Alright, so I'll run back. There we are, getting the next load of slurry. So at least that will keep going. I think there's 4 loads done right now. So it is taking quite a bit of time. And rather than lose a whole day again, I'm just going to go ahead and let it move along while I try to move along as well. So I'm going to pop myself here and in this, so I'm out of the way, because I'm going to need that later. Looks like we've got a good full, well, not quite a full set of strawberries, but we're getting there. So probably another 9,000, so that's not bad. So this isn't the most efficient way to go, but I think this will have the horsepower I need. I guess we'll find out. Kind of have everything all jammed together here. I've just been operating like very quickly because there's just so much to get done, and I'm just trying to get it done. But yeah, the sloppiness is not helping. I think it'll be quicker to run across the field a few times than it will to go collect up the windrower and so forth. So, I mean, for the whole field it would make sense to do it, but given that I've just got a couple rows, I think I can just grab this hay up really quick. So I'm going to go ahead, do that, flop on down there. We'll see, because I should get 10, 15,000 I would think, but might not be that much because it's just one in a piece. So, yeah, it's really close to being able to grab it. It almost looks like I have some there, but I think that's just the sun hitting the grass over there with the shadows kind of causing some confusion. Well, there you go. We've already got 9,000, so not bad. Yeah, this unfortunately looks like it's spread out, and that's probably because I grabbed this one a little bit versus just letting it do its thing. It might grab some of that, which would be okay. So I might have to, I'm probably going to have to hit this a couple. Yeah, I'm missing pieces of it. So I just need to pick one side and then go through. So I think I will get this part done on the long one, and that will help get that put away. But yeah, certainly not as much more as I thought, given that I had picked up 9,000 going across. Obviously it's much more spread out and much less hay on the ground there. Alright, so you can see it's delivering slurry. I've not been running this that way before, so, but that's good. It'll at least give me a way to monitor what's happening. So all that time to finally get the load, and then yeah, we get the little bit of income that comes with it. It's always a bit of a ballet doing this stuff. Alright, so I don't think I have anything else down on this side. I've got that, I just have that little bit over there to grab. And the problem is, again, because it was like one side, then the other side, it's just gonna be a bit much. So I might make it to 15. I probably won't even get that far. Nope. Not even close. This just looks so strange. I'm gonna run over here in case there's something there. No, it's just sunlight. Wonder why it's doing it that way. That is so strange. Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna take the entire day to run the slurry. So when I talked about the VIP orders taking some work, that wasn't just hyperbole. I was expecting that these were starting to get pretty large. But I think automating some things like that is the realistic way to keep things going, provide some level of interest, I suppose, if you want to call it that. I think it'll still stay in there. There we go. Because yeah, I'm trying to get the hay so that it'll go, but also now this, I know this will fit. That's right, because it will hold 18. It's the straw that is smaller, but there's still certainly plenty going on there. So I'm going to at least spread this out a bit so that I don't have it in the way again. There we go. The TMR mixer's now running. Silage is pretty full. I'm sure this is empty. Alright, so we have 32,000 in silage. But that's why I need to go ahead and mow some grass. I'm going to go ahead with this field here, just because it's nearby. I don't know that one is any better than the other. Probably really isn't. But you never know. So instead of starting there at the entranceway and then having a goofy edge, I'm gonna do it a little different this time. So get these unfolded. Alright, that will go all the way to the edge. Lower this, and turn it on, and we'll move forward. And I think I'm going to just do this as grass and pick it up, so this will be quicker. And then I'll work on hay depending on how everything else is going. But I don't have to be, you know, perfect with this. I can just kind of get things going. Now, hold on. Alright, no, so I am going to have to windrow this anyway, so I guess it doesn't ultimately really matter. So I'll probably mow both fields, but I'm not going to go way up in the corner because I know I can't get that. It won't let me reach that piece. So yeah, I guess I can just decide which one I want to ted and which one I want to go ahead and just windrow and pick up. But I'm almost tempted to just kind of leave things, whoops, a little sloppy there, to just leave things in grass form and just do what I did and ted it and pick it up when I need to. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that. Oh, next load of slurry is on its way out. So that's good, but yeah, it is taking still about an hour for the round trip, so it's taken a bit, and given that I need 14 trips, you know, that's 14, 15 hours that it's going to take for that to keep running. So kind of stepping out of the character, you know, that I try to at least stay in for most of this. You know, I think this is going to start to proceed a little bit similarly to the Mega VIP, if you're following that, where I'm testing out VIP orders, but on a grand scale. Because on the large areas, like, it has to have automation, or it's just too much to do things. But it seems that's kind of where I started to realize here that I was really getting a very similar type of situation because of how long it took to do the sugarcane. You know, there's certain things I can't really automate easily here, so same thing, you know, using the bucket and scooping up the sugarcane. That's work that needs to just get done. But where I can, I think I'm going to go ahead and utilize that. So as I've said sometimes before, you know, this isn't a survival series. It's not a realism type series. I don't have any of those operating at this point, but you know, the goal is to make it enjoyable, you know, on both ends. I mean, obviously I want to provide content for folks to enjoy the different styles, but doing that, you know, I need to enjoy what I'm doing, because if it just gets to be too tedious, it's going to drive me to lose interest, and then just like on the survival series, that at this point I've gone ahead and tabled for other things because it's just gotten too repetitive, and so I'm not sure that I can do anything compelling there. You know, I think there's plenty to do here with a variation in the VIP orders, but I've got plenty of other gameplay series that I do things manually, and I'm not going to do that on these. If it doesn't have to happen and I don't need to do that. I'm not sure what happened with that one little piece. Again, I don't have to be lined up, but one would think, because I've never had a problem with the width on this. So again, as you could imagine, I'm operating with the GPS at this point, but it's just overlapping in a strange way and not actually mowing entirely. So, not sure what happened. It looks better going back this way. But yeah, so that was why I decided on the slurry to just go ahead and try to do that within the series. So, like I said, obviously I kind of need to hop out of, hey, I'm farming my uncle's farm here, of the character that I've been operating under in the VIP series here, to kind of give you the mechanics of how I'm doing the work and getting where we need to be. Alright, so another load of slurry. Again, 272 is what we started with, so I will have to intervene at the end, if nothing else, just to get it to not take too much, although I guess it doesn't really matter on the slurry. I suppose if it's running it down, it's running it down. But let's see, yeah, 7... So yeah, should be okay, but it's got, you know, still 7 more runs to do, and it's already almost 2 p.m., so it's going to be running till nearly 10 o'clock at night, and that may be what I'll be doing here as well, with the grass. But at least I'll have a day of work that is going to be moving something along, because that's part of what I've been dreading. I've still got to pick up the straw. There's just a lot to get done here. And what I don't want to do is slow down my VIP orders for folks because of other things. Now, once again, I can let the cows go a little dormant if I need to, if I don't need any product from them. Obviously, I've been keeping them going pretty consistently because I knew I needed all this slurry, and I believe there's future slurry requirements as well, so I think, oops, that's not what I wanted to have happen. Hit the button incorrectly. Let's see. Alright, I think everything's running now. Again. But yeah, even though these fields aren't that large, there's a good amount of work here, for certain. So I will go ahead and mow the other field. So I am going to go ahead and do that. And then, you know, like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of hay. So I'll probably ted up, I don't know, half this field. Well, I don't even know that I need to do that, because I don't have anywhere to store the hay. So, So yeah, maybe I'll just windrow everything up. Interesting, that didn't line up again, but once again, the grass just kind of keeps growing, so I don't have to be perfect. The goal is just keep moving and produce a lot of grass. But at least this way, if I have the grass mowed, then when it regrows, there's not much that I need to do. So maybe I'll just focus on getting the mowing done. Definitely get some grass into the silage fermenting silo. So I definitely want to do that. But then I think I can kind of keep up on the hay as I need to. And certainly, you know, maybe create some extra hay at some point, but once I start to understand my usage, that'll be good, because once I have enough into the fermenting silo, the benefit there is it'll just make silage for me, and it'll store it, and I don't have to do anything other than distribute it to the TMR mixer. So let me finish the mowing and the at least the windrowing here, and then I'll be back when I am ready to start throwing grass into the fermenting silo, and I can get you up to date on where we're at on the slurry running and so forth. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, TMR mixer's still running. At least I think it is. It might be full. No, it's still going along. So we're still in good shape, although we are getting a little low on hay. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and ted some hay and pick that up. I'll let the slurry go through here first. So got 3 more loads to go. There's 62,000 liters, so it's going to basically mean that there's about 1,000 additional liters above and beyond what would be needed. Alright. Whoops. So let me lower that down, start this up. Throwing that against the wall probably doesn't help a whole lot. Probably going to have to clean that up, because if I have the grass back there, it's going to be a problem. So I'll circle back around to that end. But yeah, we've got 3 more trips to get all the slurry delivered. Once I have that done, then that will mean that I've got that additional item from the VIP orders completed. So it'll be really interesting to have that taken care of. You can see him driving away down the road there. So I'm glad I did what I did, because, you know, the grass has taken a long time too. And so this has been actually quite helpful to feel like I've gotten a couple things done. So yes, I'm trying to get all the hay turned up. Let me pick that up. I'm going to go get that grass over here that is not done, because as I said, that's just going to be a contamination item that I don't need. Trying to think if I want one or two more rows, so I think I'll do that. Get the hay taken care of, pick that up. Now the question's gonna be, let me go back here, because once again it's partially done. Alright, I'm gonna head over this way, because I'm just worried I'm not gonna get everything otherwise. So it's turning it over, keeping it relatively close, but it's just obviously a little bit tricky, and I want to avoid, again, mixing things if I can. So I'm going to maybe get over here, then finally put it down. But wow, that's kind of tossed it around that mound, so could be a little bit of a mess, more than I really expected it to be. But this should give me enough hay for a while. And in the interim, I'm going to go ahead and, well, I will go grab some right now, but I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to park it in the manure heap, because I'm not using the manure heap, which is fine. And hopefully nobody's, you know, they're asking for slurry, but hopefully they won't ask for any manure, because I'd rather not be creating that if I can avoid it. Alright, so I am going to go and get, oops, I want to do that, and then get the forage wagon, get about 13,000 or so of hay. So that'll give us a good idea of what's happening there, and then I'm going to go ahead and pick up full amounts of grass and just start piling that into the silage, and then I'll just worry about the hay, unless of course like I have a lot of hay left, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm going to probably keep working until the slurry's done. So, you know, while that's still running around, it doesn't make a lot of sense, because otherwise it will roll over into the next day. Speaking of, so there we go. We've got that nicely getting taken care of. We'll see if we can get most of this in one pass. It looks like we can. So that is most excellent. And you'll see, there you go, 41,000, but at 21,000 with each load, I'll just end up having a bit more than I need, but 1,000 extra slurry is not gonna be that much of anything that I'm gonna worry about. Alright, so I'm gonna get this taken care of here. Hopefully it will get most of what I need. Obviously this is where I would have had the problem with the grass. I do have some grass by the gate there, so I definitely want to be careful that I don't do that. Alright, probably clean up some around here. So definitely a bit of a, let's see, probably want to go in the back, just clean some things up, maybe around that one pile that I had, if nothing else around the circle here, so that I can get to the grass cleanly and start that little direction. I've got a little bit along the hedgerow there. I'm hoping it'll let me get it. It may not, because it may say I've hit things. Looks like maybe it did. Cool. Although there, no. Oh, I didn't have. Hey, I didn't have my pickup down. So that's disappointing. But there we go. So now it's getting all that. I think that will have taken care of what I had. It looks like it. Pick up the pickup again in case I hit the grass. Alright. And then I'll get this just to kind of clean a nice area up. And then I'll start running down around the edge and just go from there. I'm going to step away for now, and then once the last slurry is done, that'll be the wrap up. So I'll jump back in, kind of let you know when that is, update you on how much grass I've gotten done. I'll probably certainly finish whatever forage wagon I'm in the middle of at that point. But, you know, all in all, everything is moving along. Alright, so the last load of slurry is going in, as you can see. I just finished up here as well. I'll probably start another one though, because the tractor's still got to come back. But there we go. We are complete with another VIP order. So we now have wool and strawberries left to go, and that will be it. And then we'll be into double-digit levels. We'll be into level 10 as the one we're actually working. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Pretty excited. This will get over 100,000 of grass. We also need 215,000 more slurry in another level. So there is future need for slurry, but obviously I don't want to take any more out. I have more than that now, but if I can just hold on to it, that will help. So I do have to kind of pay attention to the vehicle as it drives back, but I'm going to at least be able to go back into the field and start up again. And as I said, I'm sure I'll probably just finish up. I'm pushing it a bit, because what I think I can do is I can start dumping here, and then I can hop over. And there we go. So it can fill up, and we'll have a full tank of slurry, and that'll be good. So not quite 9 o'clock, coming up on 9, but a nice full day. Sugarcane, slurry, flour are now done. We've got to start on the strawberries. You know, that's definitely going to be the next thing that I jump into. Whatever I've got, we'll see where we're at, but I'm going to go have a good evening, and I hope to see you next time.